Hi, welcome back to Read with Miss Olson. Today I'm here with the pigeon, and we're going to be reading a book called Earth, my first 4.54 billion years. I just first want to say thank you to my student Brisa and her family for buying me this wonderful book at our book fair this year. Thank you, Brisa. I'm so excited to read it. Today, if you were in kindergarten with me, we read this book before. And today we're going to read it again, and we're going to try to become experts. Remember, we've been learning all about how to be avid readers. And last week, if you joined me for Read with Miss Olson, you learned how to be an avid reader with me. And one way we become avid readers is we say, wow, when things are cool. We ask questions when we have questions about stuff, and we become experts on things. And today, you and I are going to become experts on the earth. Now, when we're finished with this story, you're going to get to tell me something that you learned when you draw and write. So as we're reading, think about something new you learned. And maybe think all about those new expert words that they used in the book to help you write and draw today. Okay? So it's going to be a little different because we're working on being avid readers today. Let's get started. Earth, my first 4.5 billion years. It's written by Stacy McNulty. She's our author. She wrote all the words. And it's illustrated by David Litchfield. He's our illustrator. He drew all the pictures. Hi, my name is Earth. Some people call me Gaia, the world, or the third planet from the sun, the blue marble. You can call me Planet Awesome. Wow, there are so many different names for the Earth. Cool. My family is really, really big. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury, Pluto, and there's Earth. It says, Happy Holidays. I have 7 siblings in my solar system. I'm closest to Venus and Mars. Some used to say I have 8 siblings, but Pluto is more like a family pet. And then there are my cousins. The Milky Way family has billions of planets. Told you, big family. Wow, did they just say billions? I wonder, what are the other names of his cousins and family members in the universe and galaxy? I also learned the name Milky Way and solar system. Those must be some expert words about our planets here. Our planets are in a solar system. The solar system is called the Milky Way. If I wanted to teach someone about planets, I might want to use those expert words. My favorite thing to do are spinning. It takes a whole day to go around once. Remember when we learned about that, kindergarten? And circling the sun takes me an entire year. My best friend is the moon. We hang out all the time. Even when you can't see her, the moon needs 27 days. 7 hours, 43 minutes, and 12 seconds to go around me. I've timed her. I was born 4.54 billion years ago. I don't remember what it was like to be a baby. Who does? But I've been told I was a hot mess. Explosive, gassy, and very cranky. Wow, the Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years. That's a really long time. I noticed these 2 pictures of the Earth are so different. How did it change from this bright red one to the one we see today? I wonder. Then I started to cool off. And things got wet, really wet. It rained for thousands of years. I'm not kidding. Thousands. I was soggy, and lonely. A few islands popped up in my oceans, but no plants or animals. So that's what happened. That's how it turned blue. It got wet. Cool. My islands must have been lonely too. They got together and made bigger islands called continents. I remember and Nuna and the ginormous Pangaea. Then Pangaea split into 7 separate continents. Things are always changing. I just thought of another expert word. Continents must be another expert word. So if I wanted to tell people about the Earth, I could say the Earth has 7 continents. Or pieces of land, right? As I got older, stuff began to grow. Life! Almost half of my life. You probably wouldn't even recognize me. Though I've always been around. So about 2 billion years ago, 2.4 billion years ago, air. If anyone had been alive, they could finally take a breath. So 2 billion years ago, they finally got air on the Earth. Wow. About 470 million years ago, plants can live on land. So plants started to grow. 400 million years ago came bugs. 240 million years ago was the first dinosaur. 210 million years ago, yay for mammals! They're fuzzy and warm, so they started. 150 million years ago, birds. Did you know they are relatives of dinosaurs? Wow! I didn't know that. Birds and dinosaurs are related? That's so cool. 130 million years ago, flowers. I'm a very pretty plant. It's not bragging if it's true. And then just 200,000 years ago, Homo sapiens, humans, have big brains and walk on feet. So about 200,000 years ago was our first human. The time of dinosaurs was one of my favorites. I mean, everyone loves dinosaurs. They lived with me for 175 million years. Wow, I wonder what it was like back to be in the dinosaurs. I wish I could be with them. Until... asteroid! Oh no. It's not always being Earth. Volcanic eruptions, ice ages, and major collisions. I see some really great expert words here, like volcanic eruptions, that's when the volcano sprays out all the lava, or major collisions, that's when something hits something else. So I can say eruptions and collisions like an expert. But on the inside, I'm the same planet awesome. So this is sort of what we're learning about the Earth. So there's the crust, then there's the mantle, then there's the outer core, and then the inner core. Humans have been super fun. No other species has ever been interested in learning about me. Other animals are nice, but they mostly eat and poop and never wonder about my amazing life. But sometimes humans forget to share and play nice and clean up after themselves. Oh, poor Earth. I'm going to ask a question. I wonder why some humans don't share and play nice and clean up after themselves. Wonder why they do that. I wonder if we can change their mind and help other people share and clean up after themselves. Still, I bet you humans will turn out to do really great things. We love you, Earth. Okay, well, this was our story all about the Earth. And we learned so many things about the Earth. And while we are reading this book, we became experts. Now, when you go off to write about the one thing that you learned about the Earth, I want you to think about some of those words we talked about. You could talk about how the Earth goes around the sun, or you could talk about how the Earth goes around the sun and it says circling, which is a great expert word. It circles the sun. You could also talk about how we learned about the volcanic eruptions or about the collisions. Also, other great science words to become an expert, or any of the other words we learned about in this book. There are tons of different science words in here, and there are tons of expert words. I want you to think about one thing that you learned about the Earth, anything that you learned, and I want you to draw and write about it. I can't wait to see what you learned about the Earth so you can teach me something. If you leave your drawings and writings in the comments below, I'll respond to you. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope you become an avid reader today. I can't wait to see what you do in the comments. Bye, guys.